Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maverick Moses. I am a writing coach, avid reader, and author of the soon-to-be self-published YA dark urban fantasy novel Karma's Children Discovery, the first book of my Karma's Children trilogy series. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and help support my channel. I would really appreciate it. I try to post new videos twice a week, so if you've already subscribed, make sure you also hit that little bell icon so you can be notified every time I post. Today I will be sharing my review of the paranormal romance Twisted Gift by Jessi Elliott. I was lucky enough to receive an arc of this beautiful book that is actually the sequel to Jessi's debut novel Twisted Fate. In Twisted Fate, we follow the life of a college student named Aurora who is thrust into the world of the Fae. She struggles to figure out who she really is and how she's connected to everything that's happening, and meanwhile she's also struggling with her emotions and feelings towards the leader of the Dark Fae, Tristan. Now in Twisted Gift, Aurora is back again and we're taken into another adventure where now she must struggle to figure out how to embrace her new role in the Fae world, and while still dealing with her emotions towards Tristan and now also dealing with more sinister forces at play. I felt so many emotions after finishing Twisted Gift. Happiness and relief mixed with sadness and anger with a bit of nausea thrown in for good measure. I actually gave Twisted Fate 4 stars, but I had to give Twisted Gift a solid 5. It's rare that sequels are better than the first one, but oh my gosh, this one certainly is. My main apprehension with Twisted Fate was that there was an excessive amount of romance and not a whole lot regarding the Fae world, which was contrary to what the synopsis portrayed. But boy, did Jessi Elliott make up for all of that was lacking in Twisted Fate with the sequel. I will admit, it started out a little slow. After all, the way Twisted Fate ended, you know there had to be some adjustments, but it quickly turned around. Twisted Gift was chock full of action, drama, mystery, suspense, and of course, romance. I know now why the romance of Twisted Fate was so heavy in the storyline, because it really sets up the way that Aurora feels in Twisted Gift. Aurora deals with a lot, but throughout, her courage is undeniable and she still maintains who she really is, a fun, kind, quick-witted young woman. I laughed, I cried, I smiled, I clutched my chest, feeling my heart warm, and I literally held my breath during times of immense suspense, especially during happy scenes, which is crazy, but it was because I was just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And one fateful chapter that shall remain unmentioned, and you will come across it and know exactly what I'm talking about when you get there, literally got me out of my reading location to go heat up some tea, walk around, and just take a breather. Twisted Gift was a roller coaster of emotions in the best way possible. I would definitely recommend Twisted Gift and the Twisted series in general to anyone who loves fantasy and romance with a bit of action thrown in. And if you enjoy that knotted feeling in your stomach like you're jumping out of a plane, or more fitting to the storyline, riding up an elevator to the person you feel so strongly for but you don't know what to make of it. In addition to receiving an arc of Twisted Gift, I had the pleasure of interviewing its author, Jessi Elliott, to learn more about her, the book, and what went into writing it. I started off pretty basic and asked what inspired the idea of the Twisted series.
When it comes to my inspiration for the Twisted series, it really came from having read books about Fae in the past and wanting to really explore what it would be like to write my own. I wanted to kind of put a different spin on it, so it kind of came from the idea that Fae could look exactly like humans do, but have all these different powers and live in our world because their world was destroyed.
Aurora is sassy and quick-witted, but also caring and smart, so I asked Jessi what parts of her she felt was inside of her.
There are definitely parts of myself in Aurora and all of the other characters, but in terms of Aurora, I definitely took a lot of my own sarcastic and empathetic personality when crafting her character, and I found that made it very easy to get inside of her head and to really write her character, was that I found so much of myself in her. I mean, of course, there's a lot of things that she does that I would never do, and I think that she's probably a bit more braver than I am, but she's still one of my favorite characters that I've ever written.
Both books of the Twisted series is written in first-person present tense, so I asked Jessi what went into the decision to write it like that.
I decided to write in first person present tense because first person, first of all, is my favorite to write in, just because I can really get into my characters' heads and explore what they're thinking and how they're feeling. And present tense just worked really well, I think, for telling this specific story.
In addition to the many inner thoughts of Aurora, the Twisted series books contain a lot of dialogue, so I asked Jessi how all of that dialogue contributed to the storyline.
I definitely use dialogue a lot to let readers know kind of what's going on. I don't like having a lot of narrative just because for me as a reader, I prefer reading dialogue than reading narrative. I think it's easier to read and it's more enjoyable. And for me as a writer, writing dialogue is my favorite. So that's probably why there's a lot of it in my books.
As I said in my review, there was a scene in Twisted Gift that was so emotional that I had to get up and walk around to recover. So I wondered in general if there were any specific moments when writing when the story became too real that Jessi became emotional too.
There are a couple points in both Twisted Fate and Twisted Gift where I did get a little emotional while writing them, and going back and reading them to edit the books, I got a little emotional as well. And I think it was just I was feeling so close to the characters at the time, so kind of like what they were feeling, I was feeling, and hopefully that's a good thing, because if I kind of connected to the story that way, I'm hoping readers will as well. And also there was a point while writing near the end of Twisted Gift where I kind of felt sad that it was coming to an end and that I had spent so much time with these characters and their story was ending. But I mean, it was also a happy feeling because it's just they had their time and their story was told and it's coming to a completion. So the feeling overall is bittersweet.
Twisted Gift is almost 300 pages of romance, drama, and excitement, but I wondered if Jessi had to edit out anything that didn't quite fit in the story right.
No, I don't think there was anything I completely took out of the book, at least not in Twisted Gift. In Twisted Fate, there was a whole second romance backstory with Aurora that, considering some things that happened in Twisted Gift, I'm very happy it was taken out of Twisted Fate. And that's all I can say because spoilers.
The Twisted series are paranormal romances, so I was curious what Jessi liked about writing in that genre and if she thinks that she's going to write that genre indefinitely or experiment with others.
I definitely really enjoy writing paranormal romance, but I would love to be able to kind of venture out into newer genres. I have an idea for a romantic comedy. I kind of want to try writing contemporary. I've dabbled in it in the past, but obviously not published anything. One thing I don't think I'll ever really write in is like sci-fi or high fantasy or mystery, just because I don't really enjoy them and I don't think I would be really good writing them.
The Twisted series is certainly fun reads, but is there a hidden message in the books?
I'm not really sure there's a message. I mean, I am a big advocate of readers taking from my books whatever they wish to and whatever they need to. I think that every reader has a different experience even while they're reading the same book. But I would hope that readers really take from this that working hard for your goals is important and you can do whatever you want to do as long as you're willing to work for it.
Before I end any author interview, I like finishing off with a couple of fun questions. So I asked Jessi to start off with what celebrities she pictures in her mind who would play Aurora and Tristan in the movie versions of the Twisted series.
Ooh, this is a fun one. So when I kind of plotted out Twisted Fate, so like the beginning of the book, I, for Aurora, really had in mind the actress Amber Heard, and she was kind of my face of Aurora and my inspiration behind her. And when it comes to Tristan, I really picture the actor Luke Mitchell, and he's super funny and really nice to look at, and he kind of just really embodied what I saw as Tristan. And I follow him on Instagram, and it's very funny because sometimes he posts things that I feel like Tristan would do or say, and it kind of messes with my head a little bit because I'm like, he's sort of Tristan, which is really weird, but kind of cool.
In the series, Aurora talks about her dream of opening up a bookshop, so I was curious what Jessi thought Aurora's favorite book would be and why.
As for Aurora's favorite book, I think because she is a business major and she spends so much time reading textbooks, that it would probably be like a really smutty Harlequin romance or something, just because reading would be such an escape for her that she would just go for one of those like really dirty romances.
After the interview, Jessi had a few final thoughts and a message for y'all.
Thank you so much, Maverick, for having me. I really enjoyed answering your questions, and thank you for celebrating the release of Twisted Gift with me. And I hope everybody listening really enjoys this book, or if you haven't read Twisted Fate first, you pick that up and enjoy it before you read the second one. And I'm excited to hear what you guys think, so be sure to come check me out on all my social media platforms. I would love to say hi. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!
Thank you so much for the amazing interview, Jessi. I had a lot of fun doing it and learning more about you and the Twisted series. Both Twisted Fate and Twisted Gift are available today, so I will leave links down below in the description so you can go check them out and buy them today. If you would like to connect with Jessi Elliott, you can find her across social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and she even has an AuthorTube channel here on YouTube as well. So I'll link all of that down below as well so you can go follow her and stay up to date on new releases in the future. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you thought of Twisted Fate and if you've ordered Twisted Gift yet. Again, links to buy both of these amazing books will be in the description below. Lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram for more on my TBR list, my own writing, and see some cool aesthetically pleasing bookstagram photos. Then go friend me on Goodreads so we can connect more on our mutual love of books. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!